Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Oakland Raiders. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Alert! Ain't no time to go.
Now it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
And to give this time to the tailback. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
A 42-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 1st downs and 3 points. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Jackson. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Jackson. He's going deep for Bryant. It got his man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
At the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Check 13. Check 13.
On 3rd down, Watson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Shift. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Again, it's Watson. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Jones hit and the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a first down throw, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Here's Watson. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 36.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage.
At the 36-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They'll run on 1st down. Zimmerman. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
14. Raiders
3. Set. 19. Watch the out. Alert 3.
On 2nd down, it's Jones, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Here's Jones. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Set. 19. Mike 49. Let's go. Let's go.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
I'm on. Sponge. Give me that. Go. Switch.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jalen Ferguson gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, an even 90 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Jones has it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Watson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Time to go.
To the air yet again. Watson escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
They're throwing it on first down, but no one was open, so he gets flushed out of the pocket, runs towards the sidelines, gets out of bounds with a good gain and a first down.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back to throw, Watson. Forced out to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Check the backer, check the backer. Line up, line up. And it's up.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and it makes the score 21-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. On 2nd and 7, Jackson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
1st down, Ravens.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. They'll run on 1st down. Jones in a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Jackson now. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-17. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the up. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the 1st half. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. 47's the mark.
Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, let's get there. 47's the mic. 47.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
We'll see if they do just that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
What we got? 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Jackson, operating from the gun. This will be caught by Brown. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
In your face.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
Here we go.
16-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2nd and 5 now. Watson, and Woods has it complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Set. 19. Shot 56. Let's go, team. Big series right here.
On 1st down, Jones.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now a give right side. It's Zimmerman, and this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Set. Right there. 56. Courage. 56 to Mike.
Now Watson. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there. Good enough to keep the drive moving. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And nearly picked off there. And it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Here's Watson. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
From the red zone now, Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson complete to Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
Let's get it. 47, 19, 49. Hey, let's get them hoes.
3rd and 2, Watson. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jones. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Clelin Ferrell, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity. That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Throwing again is Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
51 the mic. It's our time. It's our time. SOS.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. This is Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 45-yard line. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To throw is Watson. He completes it to Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Watson. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Jones has it. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To the air yet again. Watson. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Jackson now, 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now throwing the ball. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Bring him. Set. 19.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Oakland, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games.